Alright, YouTube and Fallout community, so today I just want to cover this little bit of news about Fallout 4 being Bethesda's most successful title ever. So Pete Hines recently appeared on the Kinda Funny Games Cast, which I'm guessing is a podcast, it's a YouTube channel. I don't know, I've never heard of them, I haven't even watched the video because who has time for that kind of thing, but I'll link it below if you care to check it out. But one of the quotes that a lot of people are pulling from the podcast or the interview, whatever you want to call that, it was Pete Hines saying that Fallout 4 was the most successful title they've ever made. This is pulled from the article in GameSpot, and it says, appearing on the Kinda Funny Games Cast, Bethesda marketing executive Pete Hines said, Fallout 4 has got to be the most successful game we've ever launched in our company's history, more than Skyrim in terms of what we did. It's not immediately clear what Hines means by most successful. Skyrim, which was released in November 2011, sold more than 20 million copies as of 2014. Fallout 4, which came out in November 2015, shipped 12 million copies on launch day, though Bethesda has not provided a hard sales figure for the game since. Skyrim got a sales boost last year with the release of the Special Edition remaster. So it was kind of unclear what Pete Hines meant by most successful, but they have since updated the article because somebody asked him on Twitter what he meant by this, and he responded. Pete Hines has now offered a little more insight on the Fallout 4 versus Skyrim comparison. He said on Twitter that he was comparing Fallout 4 and Skyrim over the same period of time, and that Fallout 4, I'm assuming is what they meant, has in fact sold more copies than Skyrim. And the guy, I'm guessing it's a guy, tweeted at Pete Hines and said, I'm interested in knowing how Fallout 4 did more than Skyrim. It can't be in copies sold or shipped. And Pete Hines replied with, I'm comparing them over the same period of time, and yes, meaning yes, it has sold more copies or shipped more. So this is pretty crazy to me because, this year, in November of this year, Skyrim will be, 6 years old? And to think that the Fallout 4 not even being 2 years old yet has already sold more copies. It's kind of, it's hard for me to even believe, honestly. But I think part of it was the marketing strategy because we had nothing. We had no news. We had leaks and things here and there, of course, but we had no actual news on Fallout 4, and then they dropped this teaser thing on their the Fallout website with the countdown clock that we all thought was going to lead to a trailer, which of course it did lead to a teaser trailer. And then they had their big Fallout 4 conference at E3, and then we're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's releasing this year in a few months. I think that marketing strategy is what helped them sell. There wasn't this long-awaited hype like we have with some other games where they release a trailer and you got to wait 2 or 3 years for the fucking game to come out. It was no, just a few months and you got this. You can pre-order this shit right now if you want to. You can buy a season pass early if you want to. Let's do all this shit. So I think that's part of what helped it sell more than Skyrim. I've seen some Skyrim fanboys get triggered over this because of the term most successful, and they've taken it the wrong way. To say that Fallout 4 is more successful than Skyrim does not mean it's a better game, and that's how a lot of people are taking it. It doesn't mean it's a better game, it just means it's sold well. It's doing really well on sales, it's sold more than Skyrim. That's literally all it means. It doesn't mean it's better than Oblivion, or fucking Skyrim, or Morrowind, or Fallout 3, or Fallout New Vegas. It just means it's sold extremely well. That's all that successful means. It'd be cool if they actually come out with a hard sales figure, just so we know the difference. It's probably sold 2 more copies than Skyrim or some shit. That'd be kind of funny. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts below about Fallout 4 being the most successful Bethesda game ever, according to Pete Hines. Anyways, guys, if you went on to enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Follow me on Twitter. Links to my social networks are in the description and the outro. Later.
Pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, 'cause I don't fucking care.